And welcome into the channel. Another DayZ adventure, fresh on the coast, east of Electro. New day, new server. I've been invited to check out Elite Survival. This is a weekend raid, PvP KOS server, minus a few safe zones. We'll have to check that out. One for sure is Green Mountain. There was a black market trader. I don't know if it's a safe zone or not. I highly doubt it if it's black market. Alright, we have a knife. Knife is life. Now, all we need to do is sustain a source of food. For that, we shall need some rag. And look at there. One man's rag is another man's riches. We can turn all this shit into rope. I think our intentions shall be set up a small footprint base. I don't want to build too big, especially if I'm going to be playing here for a bit. 1.29 is coming, and undoubtedly servers are going to wipe. So a small footprint base is what we need, and then we'll venture out, gear up, find some targets, and pop some pimples. Yes sir, insulation. I near have enough rag for rope already. I think we'll head down to the boathouse, see if we can't luck out, find a fishing rod down there. Ah, cannabis. I assume that's valuable at the trader. Ooh, you see that? There's a fishing rod here. We need the rag anyway. This should give me just enough rag to get that rope I need. We no longer need it for fishing, we just found that rod. However, we can put that rope to good use, building or tying up an assailant. We'll be looking to see if the environment yields fruit and mushroom, and obviously, if the infected carry food and or other items, such as nails. This tune kind of reminds me of The Doors' American Prayer, but you're not going to hear Jim spouting his poetry. I'll give you a little. Death makes angels of us all and gives us wings where we had shoulders, smooth as raven's claws. That's from a track called Feast of Friends, I do believe. Excellent, we have mushroom on the field. Getting back to The Doors, I do believe it was Ray Manzarek, the keyboardist, that was the magician behind the musician. Who else could, orchestrate a tapestry of beauty behind a drunk blowhard? It's quite delicious. As mushrooms go. It's not bad. Not so pungent. Nutty. However, best enjoyed roasted over a fire. Delicious. Loose translation, get the fuck out of my house. Well, why don't you come make me? Ooh, a snack and a drink. This guy's got connections. Or had. If you've been here before, you know there won't be any cutscenes to greatness. Oh no. If I gotta put in the work, you gotta put in the time watching it. As far as I'm concerned, this is one of the best parts of DayZ. Starting out, booting up, and keeping your head on a swivel. Alright, the search continues. Let's get back into the industrial area. I'm not looking for anything specific, but everything in general. It's one of those situations where you know what you want when you see it. Ooh, cocaine and beer. What party are you coming from, lady? Walking down the back alleys of Electro, loaded. Definitely use this barbed wire, but I can't carry it. Just drop it here in the shrubbery. Come back for it later if need be. What light breaks from yonder window? There's a fresh Sarka sitting there. And it's loaded to go. Spare parts, water, and gasoline. This is a jammin' yacht rock tune. Well, looky. We found a cookie. It's a truck. If it's loaded, we're taking it. If it's empty, we're leaving it. Loose translation, I think it's his truck, and he doesn't want me to have it. But, fuck you, buddy. It's mine. After all, possession is 9/10 of the law. And guess who possesses the truck? Holy home hardware, Batman. Yeah, we're taking this truck. This truck has everything we need to get that small footprint base up and ready. There's even a plank spawn relatively close. I think I'll use one of these hacksaws and cut my weight in plank and load it in the truck. Take it with us. One less thing I have to do when I'm out in the bush. And there we have it. We'll back the truck up, load it up, and head on our way. Typical diesel engine, even though we're using petrol. Go figure. It's a small detail that the devs need to work out. Glow plugs are for diesel engines, and we're putting petrol in Humvees that require glow plugs. And for Sakal, same deal. You're using a glow plug on a diesel engine and filling it with petrol. You need to give us some diesel gas, DayZ. Yes, and don't you worry your little heart. I know the truck is slow, so I'll save you the pain of the whole drive. We'll add some cutscenes here. We'll skip most of the drive. Not something I really like to do, but this truck is noisy, slow, and encumbersome. The drive, well, it's breathtaking, but you've seen it all before, haven't you? Well, I'm maxed out at 4th gear, pinned to the floor. I can get about 60-61 kilometers an hour out of it. On flat road. When we start going uphill, that's the real treat. It'll be slow and steady, for sure. Well, it appears that we have a convoy ahead of us. Might as well stop and check this out. Well, this is odd. There's not much loot here, and I only see one infected. Interesting. Oh, I'll take that plate carrier, though. Alright, not too bad. We got a plate carrier out of it. A Viker for now. And if we want it, there's a ghillie shrug in the back of that truck. But I think we'll pass on that. Alright, onward and forward. We got some building to do. I've got the location in mind already. Let's just hope nobody's there. Now, absolutely normally I would not do this on a PvP server, broadcasting its name and taking you straight to the location I intend to build. However, by the time this airs, 1.29 will probably have dropped and the server's wiped. All of this information contained within these videos are no longer relevant. And we've arrived at the destination. That's right, folks. Bridge Troll. I'm going to build a base underneath this flat bridge. Well, luckily for me, there's no OSHA reps around. Well, shit. That may be problematic. I might not be able to get the truck out of there. We'll see. I think if I can get it out, we'll bring it around and back it up through this way. Much more room, flatter ground. And with that said, we can't leave it like this. The slightest bump will destroy this vehicle. Gotta get it out of here. Yes, sir, I got it out. Wasn't as hard as I thought it was. Before I move this truck to the other side, I think we'll purpose its materials and build this side of the bridge first. Or until the truck becomes a problem and I have to move it. Alright, let's go examine the build area. These two complete squares is where I'm going to inhabit. Put 4 walls around, a gate, maybe some towers inside for an airlock. Anyone that comes along is going to drive right over. So when we build, we got to keep the posts below deck. There we go, first post's up. I hate a messy work site. Gonna have to get a barrel to keep my tools in. Don't want to restart taking them on me. Keep the barrel centrally located so it's not interfering with any build. That way there I can reach my tools within a step of any direction while I'm inside. The key to building this base is keeping everything lined and tight. Don't want anything extruding out the edges of the bridge or above. And of course, we'll have to build extensions to these walls as a second level. And I know exactly what you're thinking. Wouldn't a couple of towers be quicker? Yes, but no. Building towers will extend the posts up through the floor of the bridge. I've tried it before. It just doesn't work. On this side, I have just enough clearance, but behind me, on the opposite side, I don't. So I want to keep everything level and uniform. Top frame fully constructed, now I can place the second story fence just slightly below the top of the other. This will keep it below the top of the bridge. I could have applied this second story with just the frame without the metal. However, it would restrict me to putting it to the very top, and that won't do. Alright, I want to do the wall where the truck is now, so I'm going to move the truck around to the other side. Once I build this wall, I won't have access to the truck, and the door is going to be on the other side anyway. Ooh, there's a heli crash real close, too. I'll have to check that before it disappears. All right, pitter patter. Let's get at her. You know what, on second thought, I think we'll go clear that helicopter crash right now and then get back to work. Fall hunter pants. Indeed, we'll take them. Well, nothing spectacular to write home about, but did gear up a little bit. Got me a lid, a couple plate carriers, bag, and a flare for my flare gun. And for the record, this isn't my loot. It's just my turn with it. That's how DayZ is. Well, I wouldn't call it 100% flush, but it's as straight as I'm going to get it, with the angle I have to work with. Wouldn't be an issue if Bohemia would give us the ability to dig and excavate and level ground. Now to line up the next wall without leaving any gaps. Well, we won't know until we build it, but I'm confident that it'll suffice. Another heli crash, not too far off. There, now let's take a look up top. See if we did a good job. There we go. No post extruding the top deck. We good. And that's a green light on inspection. We're free to continue. Alright, this tiny shack is coming together. But you know what? I'm hearing a frequent of helicopter crashes around the area, and I don't want any unwelcome attention. So I think I'm going to clean up my area, move my truck under the bridge. I'll work around it for now. Then when it comes time to clean the truck out, before I despawn it, as I won't be keeping it, the truck will be inside, and I'll be able to transfer everything quickly. You would almost think this bridge was designed to have a base under it. Fits that truck perfectly. I could push it back to the edge of that wall, still apply a gate. Just in time, too. I had to log for supper, and I'd come back about an hour later, and it would be dark. We're going to work through the night. But through the power of editing, I'll illuminate the situation. I'll jack the brightness up 100%. I'll decrease it as need be. Nights don't last very long here. Now, let's get all the log off that truck. I've actually decided to empty the truck entirely. I'm not going to need it much longer, so almost time to kiss it goodbye. What a mess I've made, though. However, now it's time to build the gate and the interior airlock. We'll have to pull the truck all the way out for this. Oakley dokley. Now, let's take a walk around the perimeter, check out our fine craftsmanship. Hand-hewn bridge troll base. Alright, now let's set the post for the main gate. There, with that up and ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and lay down a watchtower kit inside. Crap, I'm missing an important step. I need to apply the materials to that gate before I start constructing this watchtower, or I'm going to lose sight of it in vicinity and I won't be able to retrieve my nails and or extra materials. And I'm near out of plank, so I'm going to have to grab one of these saws and purpose some of these log. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. One gate constructed. Now, we can erect that watchtower. It's going to leave a hole where I'm standing, and I'll show you how to fix that. We're not going to build 2 stories to the watchtower, but we are going to create a loft area where I can get up and deploy a tent. But in order to do that, I have to set up another watchtower on the opposite side, facing the same direction. This will create a staircase along the wall and cover up the hole to the first watchtower, so no one can just apply plank, build stair, and get into my base. All right, let's build floor. After that, we'll spin around and we'll build the other floor. Before we proceed, we'll need to cap in that outside second level. We'll do it from out here. The unfortunate thing here, I'm all out of log, and I'm surrounded by crappy trees. I really don't like harvesting close to where I base, but it's a necessity. We're almost done. Bring these log in, we'll saw them up, we'll build the stairs we need to get up to the loft, we'll cut down a few more trees, apply those log, a few more trees, make some plank, and Bob's your uncle. That kit's a little high. I'm going to readjust it a little lower. That should do it. Saved you the bother of watching that. You're welcome. We're pretty much on the home stretch now. Just a few more things to do and we can call this a home. We can put a lock on it, and then venture out and start gathering more supplies. For raid, of course. Now I'll need to lay down a secondary gate, the interior to the airlock. And then I'll use the tower walls to box it all in. My construction area is getting too cluttered with inventory crap. It's time to clean this up a little bit. Make some room. Ah, the life of a base bitch. Always tidying up. This generator is something I really don't have much use for, but since it was on the truck, we'll purpose it. It's more for decoration than anything. Alright, with most of that clutter put away, now I can concentrate on patching up that last hole, and then we have a secure base. Well, with one operating gate locked, for sure. The airlock will just have to wait. And there you have it, folks, from rags to riches. We went from a bum on the beach to having our own truck, and now our bridge troll base. We'll be building more in here, that's for sure. But for now, we're going to get one more piece of business to take care of. Alright, let's do a walkabout. Make sure everything is tickety-boo. Nothing is sticking out or protruding the deck surface. You'd never know there was a base here unless you were on foot. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright. Let's get rid of this truck. A few whacks with the hatchet on this gas tank should get it done. Oh, well, I guess that did it. Alright. We'll call it here. And you know the drill. Like and subscribe. It's the only way I know if I should continue the story. Peace.